What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Oblivion Remastered. So, in between episodes, we finally did it. We got to level 23, we explored some dungeons, and I found a full set of Daedric armor, so I do get to show you the Daedric armor in this game. Thankfully, I would have kept searching until I found it, so I'm glad we found it relatively quickly. And man, does this shit look good. I am quite upset that they changed the aesthetic of this for Skyrim, because, man, this looks way better in Oblivion, doesn't it? I love the Daedric look here. So we have Daedric's shield, helmet, gauntlets, greaves, boots, and the chestplate. And then, of course, we're still using good old Umbra. Everything is recharged and over-armored. So when you get to, I think, 90 armor, then that means you can overheal your stuff. So now all my shit is at like 125 durability, so it's just not going to break. And I also went around and I did all the Aid for Bruma quests.
Always a pleasure.
So now we're ready to just talk to the Countess, tell her that she's going to have backup and get this great gate plan for Martin popped off.
Greetings. What news from Cloud Ruler Temple?
Well, let's discuss. I guess let's just discuss the battle plans.
A desperate plan indeed. This prince? Emperor? Martin would risk my whole city to gain a great sigil stone?
Makes you feel better, you have backup. We also need to recover the amulet, or it's the whole of Cyrodiil that's clapped.
This is the only way to stop this invasion from Oblivion? I must confess, you are the first person to speak of victory against these Daedra. This war seemed hopeless to me. But what else was there to do but hold on and wait for a hero to arise to save us? And now it seems there is an heir to the throne after all, hidden at Cloud Ruler Temple. And perhaps a hero as well?
Martin waits at the chapel.
You avoid answering my question.
All will be revealed in time.
Don't think I doubt you. The rulers of Bruma have long had dealings with Cloud Ruler Temple. We know whom they serve. I will meet Martin at the chapel.
There are spies everywhere in Bruma.
When all is ready, I will order my men
Gotta
to
be a little
stop
careful how we
closing the
speak.
gates and prepare
Even if
for
you
battle.
trust your people, I don't know them for sure. And so she's gonna go speak to Martin. I guess we'll follow her up. And little spoilers here, I suppose. So zone out for the next 20-ish seconds if you don't want spoilers. But one thing I really like about this game is you're actually technically not the hero in the end, which it probably comes off quite underwhelming for a lot of people. But for me personally, I really like the way this game ends, and I'm not going to go into the exact ending, but let's just say we're not exactly the one that saves the world here, and I actually really like that that's the case. Too many times it's all the same shit, right? You're the hero, you
Do you think what happened
you run into the abyss at the end single-handedly, and you just clap everybody, and then that's the end. You're the praised sacred one. Well, this game doesn't actually do it like that. That's not quite how things go, and I do rather appreciate that. I guess I'll talk more about on that when we get to the last episode of this Let's Play, but I appreciate the twist.
I've heard others say the same.
Also, I guess while we slowly edge walk towards this meeting with Martin, it'd be a nice time to say how much I am enjoying Assassin's Creed Mirage. I don't know if anybody here has checked that Let's Play out. I think we're 3 or 4 episodes live at this point, but I'm really appreciating that. If any of you are fans of the original Assassin's Creed games, meaning Assassin's Creed 1 to, I guess, Revelations, then I think you'd quite like Mirage's gameplay, because it's very back to the stealth-based, plan-ahead kind of combat that you know and love. Shit, it even has the insta-kill mechanic when you get a parry, so I've been enjoying that a lot. In fact, once I finish Oblivion Remastered, that's going to be my wholesale main game for at least a while. Get a good amount of grinding going for that. Now, the Great Gate we're going to have to close for this quest is actually the timed Oblivion Gate I was telling you guys about a couple episodes ago.
I am Carvain, Countess of Bruma, at your service.
There is no need for any formality at this time.
There's
I'm
Boris.
not Emperor yet, and I am quite new to this notion of being heir to the throne. Thank you for coming. I know I am asking for a great deal of trust, but this is the only way. I would not suggest it otherwise.
Your champion has already explained the situation to me. I have agreed to it. We will not win this war through caution.
You have a rare
Love
gift
the Somerset.
to know when desperation is the path of wisdom. I will do everything in my power to defend your city, my lady.
If Bruma falls, the Empire falls with us. So be it.
I think the only person rocking better armor than us right now is Ned Stark here.
I'm ready for battle when you are, champion. What say you?
I think it's about time to pop it off.
So be it. Bruma's fate is in the hands of the gods now. And yours. Bird, deploy the troops for battle.
As you command, Countess.
I'm more than happy to fight alongside Captain Bird. He's done wonders for us along this whole journey. I respect the hell out of him. He's the one who came into the Oblivion Gate with us and his men, just no balls. And everybody else is cowering, letting their cities get destroyed. He led the charge. Shit, he was gonna lead the charge even without me being there, so... You have to respect the hell out of that, right? And we'll accompany Martin. I suppose it is worth mentioning too how much of a Chad Martin looks like in this armor of Tiber Septim. And the Imperial Emperor armor is fucking fire. Ironically, at the end of this campaign, you get a quest for the Imperial Dragon armor, but you have to wait 14 days in game for it to be completed. And it's after you beat the campaign, so why would you ever, you know, why would you ever continue playing for 14 days of in-game time? So if you don't spam the time, then you'll just never see that armor set, and that's literally what happens to me every single time. I finish the game and then I just turn it off, so I've never even seen the Imperial Dragon armor, but maybe I'll stick around for that, just for the series. Check it out. See if it's worth the fuss. When we get here, obviously we're gonna have to wait for Martin and everybody to roll up, so I'll probably just stance up right here and then split the video when Martin gets here to give his big old Ned Stark speech. So I arrived at the battlefield to find one open Oblivion Gate. Once all three are open, the Mythic Dawn will open a Great Gate, which I must enter and retrieve its great sigil stone. Alrighty, Martin and I have arrived on the battlefield. I must protect Martin until the Great Gate opens. Again, this Great Gate is timed. We have 15 minutes to close this before the siege engine invades Cyrodiil.
The Empire will stand or fall by what we do here today. Will we let the Daedric do to Bruma what they did to Kavach? Will we let them burn our homes? Will we let them kill our families? No! We make our stand here, today, for the whole of Cyrodiil. We must hold fast until the hero of Kavach can destroy their great gate. We must kill whatever comes out of that gate. Soldiers of Cyrodiil, do you stand with me?
Look
out!
Okay, now all these Daedra are going to come pouring out of this gate. Be very careful you do not hit your allies here, because not only can Martin die here, but you can also once again accrue a pretty hefty bounty for friendly fire. And basically what's going to happen is we're going to stand here, we're going to have to spawn kill a bunch of Daedra, and then eventually it's going to open 3 gates. Once the 3 side gates are open, little side hustle gates, that's when the Great Gate will open. And the Great Gate is the one we got to get into. So we're just going to be sitting here chopping that wood for a minute. Again, Martin is killable, so we'll try and keep some of the heat off him as best we can. We're very overpowered at this point. We have maxed out skills, maxed out armor.
Stay sharp.
We're doing damage. So I imagine the only way anybody's going to die here is if we accidentally hit him. Which I will try very hard not to do. Martin's doing okay so far. Yeah, I hit him by accident there. Worth mentioning too, they can all die. Joffrey can also die. We obviously don't want that. And I know Boris is on this battlefield with us too, and I would rather him not die.
From Bruma and the Empire!
Watch the fight.
all our boys are in the back right there because I haven't let anything get close enough to aggro them. Which is good, I guess. It means we're doing well. The Great Gate has opened. I must enter it at once and get its great sigil stone before the Bruma defenders are overwhelmed. Cap up the last of the Dremora that came through there. Help where I can, right? And here's our time limit. I have entered the Great Gate. The Daedric siege engine is crawling towards the portal. If it exits the gate before I reach the sigil stone, all is lost. And we get 15 minutes for that, so we are gonna be as cheeky as we need to be to get to this location as fast as we need to. By any means necessary. I actually just realized that I totally didn't go the way that I was meant to go. It's right here. We're just gonna run our way through this as fast as we can. Chop up anybody we gotta chop up. Try and get a move on for this. So the great one is all the way back to there. So you see we need to go up one more level and take that bridge. Dead. I'm gonna hop across a couple of these towers and jimmy around until we can get to it. I'm sure there is a shortcut to take somewhere along the way, but I'll do it as legit as I can swing. I think the last time I did this, I just got super cheeky and ran all the way across the place, but for the sake of the Let's Play, I'll try and do it the way you're somewhat supposed to do it, right? Never say no to the boosted restoration speed. Is there an exit to the Plane of Oblivion out there? Doesn't look like it. We'll take this one. That's the main tower right there in the middle. I paid attention to that, huh? Yeah, so you could have come down here, swum through the lava, and totally speed around this. Which is what I did the last time I played, I believe, but we didn't lose too much time.
On your belly, naked.
That's the main tower, so we're already here. Just gotta find the entrance to this place. And that is genuinely why I believe they nerfed the jumping in Skyrim. Because you can do things like this. Here's my entrance. Sigil Keeper. If you don't want to lockpick things, like if you don't trust your lockpicking skills, then totally loot the Dremora you kill along the way, because they'll have keys to the doors up here. I have a lot of confidence in my lockpicking ability though, so... Game broken? There we go. Gotta get up to the top of this place. Y'all should know the drill by now about how to get all these sigils broken down. That's why I didn't show all the Oblivion gates I closed. They're kind of all pretty samey. There's much variation there, so I didn't feel like showing all of them. Nailed it with plenty of time to spare. I think we've only been in here for like 5 minutes. That's what we call light work. Champion of Cyrodiil, huh? No shit. Dropping like flies. And here's the Great Sigil Stone. I do so enjoy being a thorn in the Mythic Dawn's side. Looks like we cut it pretty close too. Part of the siege engine fell through. I reached the Great Sigil Stone and closed the gate. The Battle of Bruma is won. Now to give the Sigil Stone to Martin. I'm gonna let them handle that so I don't swing on anybody by accident.
We won a great victory here today. We now have the means to recover the Amulet of Kings from Mankar Camoran. But we need to act quickly. Camoran will not take long to recognize his danger. Remember, the portal closes behind you. Anything you need, carry it with you.
I have everything I
I'll have the
need.
ritual ready in the Great Hall when you arrive. Farewell. Farewell, my friend.
Take care along the road. And who lived here? If I see Martin, I'm not seeing Boris clapping or walking around anywhere. But I'm also not seeing him dead on the ground. Ah, he did die. Yeah, Boris didn't make it, unfortunately. And Joffrey died too. That's a shame. Yeah, so both my Blades friends here didn't make it. That sucks. I think they died after the fact while I was in the portal because we took care of most of the threats there before we hopped in, so more must have come out while we were doing our thing. There we go. He's here. Do I want to recharge Umbra before we go back into this portal? Probably should.
Congratulations on your victory, sir.
It's not a total victory. You did lose your Grandmaster.
I have everything in place for the ritual. I'll open the portal whenever you're ready. I don't know what you'll find in Camoran's paradise. I do know the portal I create through the Mysterium Xarxes ritual will close behind you. You'll have to find another way back. I believe that Mankar Camoran acts as the anchor for paradise. Just as a sigil stone anchors an Oblivion gate in place. Kill Mankar Camoran, and you will unmake his paradise. Shall I open the portal to paradise? Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Farewell, my friend. Our fate is in your hands. Bring back the Amulet of Kings. Brace yourself.
And here's the big bad. Whole bunch of shit that I would not want to mess with on the floor. Here it is, Portal to Paradise. I've arrived in Camoran's paradise. The portal closed behind me. I must find Mankar Camoran, kill him, and recover the Amulet of Kings. And we gotta roam around his paradise until we find the way to go. But I assume we follow the path and all roads lead to, right?
So, the cat's paw of the Septims arrives at last. You didn't think you could take me unawares, here of all places. in the paradise that I created. Look now upon my paradise. Gaia Alata in the old tongue, a vision of the past and the future.
He strikes me as the kind of guy who likes the sound of his own voice, although I suppose you kind of have to be to rule a court, right?
My disciples are tempered for a higher destiny, to rule over Tamriel Reborn. If you are truly the hero of destiny, as I hope, the garden will not hold you for long. Lift your eyes to Karek Agayala, my seat at the pinnacle of paradise. I shall await you there.
With all his Daedra slaves here too.
You destroyed the Sigil Tower at Ganona. My kin say you fought well.
I seek Mankar Camoran.
You speak directly, like one of my people almost. I'm glad I did not kill you immediately.
You're welcome to try. What do you want then?
There is but one way out of the garden. I guard that path. You will travel that path, and it will bring me honor to defeat you. But you shamed my kin at Ganona. To bring you into my service, that would also bring me honor. So I offer you a choice. Would you confront me in battle, or offer me service?
I would confront you in battle.
Your mind follows the simple path, the choice of an animal. But you have courage at least. You will fail, mortal. And then where will you be? Dead and nothing.
We'll see. He didn't age well, did he? That's what we call an empty threat. Bands of the Chosen. I have the Bands of the Chosen. I should find the door to the Forbidden Grotto and see if he was telling the truth. And we got a... is that a Daedric short sword or a long sword?
How little you understand. You cannot stop Lord Dagon.
We'll see.
The principalities have sparkled as gems in the black reaches of Oblivion since the first morning. Many are their names and the names of their masters. The cold harbor of Meridia, Periite's quagmire, the 10 moon shadows of Mephala and Dawn's beauty, the princedom of Lorkon, misnamed Tamriel by deluded mortals.
So you drank the Kool-Aid. That's all I'm hearing from that.
Yes, you understand now. Tamriel is just one more Daedric realm of Oblivion, long since lost to its prince when he was betrayed by those that served him.
I'm sure he told you that.
Lord Dagon cannot invade Tamriel, his birthright. He comes to liberate the occupied lands.
Yeah, Kavach looks really liberated.
Ask yourself, how is it that mighty gods die, yet the Daedra stand incorruptible?
Because they are the ones that do the corrupting.
The Daedra forthrightly proclaim themselves to man, while the gods cower behind statues and the faithless words of traitor priests. It is...
Door is smooth and featureless, without any apparent means of opening it.
They are not gods at all.
Okay, so what you actually need to do to get in here is you do the Bands of Chosen. They lock around your wrists once you put those on.
Truth has been in front of you since you first were born. The Daedra are the true gods of this universe. Julianos, Dibella,
The bands emit a red glow and the door opens.
Lorcan's betrayal.
He talks too much. I have entered the Forbidden Grotto, now to find my way through to the Terrace of the Dawn, where I hope to find Mankar Camoran and the Amulet of Kings. We are actually going to drop a save here, because there's an NPC that is going to help us get out of here. But he's very killable. and so we need to be
What about
cautious.
scholarship, love, and mercy when compared to fate, night, and destruction? The gods you worship are trifling shadows of first causes. They have tricked you for ages.
He can save the suitcase full of bullshit that he's used to twist everyone else to his side, because I'm not buying.
Wear the bands, but you're no prisoner. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm here to kill Mankar Camoran.
Can you really do it? Can you bring this eternal nightmare to an end? Can you defeat Mankar Camoran and free all the souls of the poor fools who followed him? Listen, I can help you. You need my help if you are ever to leave the Forbidden Grotto.
Why would you help me?
I was at the sack of Kvatch. They had no chance. We took them by surprise, and we carried the walls in the first assault. But they fought on anyway, desperately. They seemed to think this decadent, mundane world of theirs was worth defending. I was slain after the battle was over. 3 townsfolk hiding in the cellar attacked me when I entered their house, hunting down survivors. They tore me to pieces, although I have no doubt they were immediately killed by my companions. I've had plenty of time to ponder my deed since I came here. Ponder and regret. An eternity of regret.
So your afterlife is enslavement and servitude here.
To torture my former comrades, who showed similar ingratitude for his gift of eternal life.
How can you help me?
No one wearing the bands of the Chosen can leave this grotto. The doors will not open, and there is no other way out. I can remove them, but I will need time. The Dremora Overseer will be here any minute to check up on me. You need to play along until he leaves.
Or I can just kill him.
Just act like a prisoner, and do as I say. Once Orthe leaves, we can find a quiet spot to remove these bands.
Fine, I'll play along.
Good. Follow me, and don't worry. You can trust me.
That remains to be seen. Anyways, we are going to drop a save here. Just in case. Here's Orthe.
It is Tamriel, the realm of change. Brother to madness, sister to deceit. Your false gods could not entirely rewrite history. Thus you remember tales of
sent in
Lork
by-
and vilified.
Show me some respect, worm. Unless you want to end up in the cages with them.
Die.
Yes,
How
Kinraid,
does his
sir.
heart survive?
This prisoner was sent in by Cathatet for
He is
questioning.
Daedric.
That's Kinry.
Tamriel I Daedric.
This is not one of
This
Mankar
heart
Camoran's
is the heart of
chattels
the
from the
world.
garden.
One was
Who
made to
is he?
satisfy the other.
Nothing escaped
all
your
remember
vigilance,
this.
Kinreeve.
It is
I used to use a mod for Kinreeve armor in Skyrim, and this is Kinreeve.
So your so-called gods
Carry
cannot
on.
erase him from your
Of course,
minds
King.
completely.
Prisoner, into the cage, now.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think I'll just kill him instead.
Let's get into the next grotto.
What can you tell me about Mankar Camoran before we progress?
Mankar Camoran lives in his palace, Karak Agaialor, which overlooks the Savage Garden from the top of the mountain. He never comes here. He stays in Karak Agaialor with Ruma and Raven. But these caves eventually lead to the Terrace of Dawn in front of his palace. You too.
Okay, now instead of following him direct, we're gonna scout ahead, because again, he can die. If he dies, he's not gonna take the bands off us, is he? So
The pain kills me.
we will scout ahead and chop everybody to pieces, so that he doesn't take any unnecessary damage, because there's a lot of these fucks here. As long as he stays good, we stay good. I've totally had him die here before, and then you gotta figure out how to get this shit off yourself. I'd much rather just run ahead and clear the cattle. We're all good now. You can get this shit off our wrist finally. Interesting that these prisoners just accept this. I guess they've been tortured so much their minds are just broken. Because they're not even trying to leave. We've cleared the way. I guess he's trapped here just as much as I am, technically, right? If he's here to torture his old friends.
You made it. I didn't think you'd have any trouble. Let's get these bands off you. There. You're not a prisoner of the Forbidden Grotto any longer. Let me come with you. Let me help you kill Mankar Camoran. I am not without power.
I mean, if you want to help, then come help.
I am no match for Mankar Camoran, but perhaps together we can find a way to defeat him. Lead on.
I suspect we might do well.
Well done, champ.
As long as you don't get in my way, we'll be fine. But I feel like he probably already knows that you're a snake.
Progress is swift and sure. Perhaps you will reach me after all. You think I mock you? Not at all. In your coming, I hear the footsteps of fate. You are the last defender of decadent Tamriel. I am the midwife of the mythic dawn, Tamriel reborn.
Watch out.
I welcome you, if you truly are an agent of fate.
Well, he's got some spells, I'll give him that.
Styled heroes who set themselves in my path only to prove unworthy in the event.
Yeah, Mankar really does like to hear himself talk, doesn't he? He's tired of people trying to stop him. He just went up to the task. Almost sounds like he wants to die. Our Mythic Dawn friend is keeping up fine. His old friends, not so much. They're falling like sacks of potatoes at this point. How much for you? Think it's hard just because we're fucking metal. Now at this point I'm not really interested in any kind of loot that we could find. Our build is literally completed. There's nothing that could help us progress any further than we already did. We are back in paradise though, which means we're one step closer to Chucklehead. He's monologuing like a Marvel villain. He said that Bruma and Raven were here, and I think those are his daughters. And so I think we're about to kill Mankar's children before we get to the mine.
You did not expect to see me again, did you? You have no grasp of the power that my father has.
Yeah, I already killed your ass at the sacrificial
You
altar.
think you can stop us? Soon Mehrunes Dagon will walk upon Tamriel for the first time since the Mythic Age, and our victory will be complete. Come. My father is waiting to welcome you to Karak Agayalor.
You gonna come too, buddy? I mean, it is a nice place. I can see why they sign on to be here, but it does show you how much Mankar fancies himself a god, that he thinks he can just create heaven with magic and then get everybody to sign on with their souls.
I have waited a long time for you.
The fact that you are wearing that amulet, that means that you are part of Tiber Septim's bloodline, doesn't it?
Dying age. You breathe the stale air of false hope. How little you understand. You cannot stop Lord Dagon. The walls between our worlds are crumbling. The mythic dawn grows nearer with every rift in the firmament. Soon, very soon, the lines now blurred will be erased. Tamriel and Oblivion rejoined, the mythic age reborn. Lord Dagon shall walk Tamriel again. The world, you came for the amulet? Take it then.
Say less.
Fate chose you well. A worthy foe together.
I do not fear death!
And that's his ass. Take the Amulet of Kings before this all crumbles and turns to ash around us. Now, what did the quest say? If Mankar Camoran in place, now I must kill him and take the amulet of kings back to Tamriel. I think we should be able to just, like, hang out here and it'll teleport us. Indeed. I killed Mankar Camoran. Upon his death, the paradise he had created dissolved around me, and I found myself back in Cloud Ruler Temple with the amulet of kings in my hand. I must give the amulet to Martin.
You found a way back. Does this mean...
Mankar Camoran is dead.
You did it. You defeated him. Then you have it. You have the Amulet of Kings.
Here, the amulet belongs to you.
Belongs to me? The Amulet of Kings? So you and Joffrey have said. If it is true, if the Emperor really was my father...
Time to find out if you really are from the bloodline.
Wear it. Only those of the Septim blood can wear the Amulet of Kings.
Yeah, which means Mankar was part of the Septim bloodline too somehow, right? But he was an elf. So I guess one of the emperors at some point got some nookie with a high elf.
Yes, of course. What am I waiting for? After all, this is my destiny. And no man can deny his destiny.
You see, you are Uriel's son.
I didn't really need the amulet to tell me that. I've known it was true since you first told me back in Kavach. But it is one thing to talk of becoming Emperor, and quite another to actually be the Emperor.
You are the Emperor.
Not yet. Until we light the Dragonfires, the gates are open, and Mehrunes Dagon's invasion continues. While you were gone, I sent a messenger to Chancellor Akato. He waits for us in the Imperial City.
Why meet Akato?
Chancellor Akato is the head of the Elder Council. The Council rules in the Emperor's absence. I don't expect any objections from the Elder Council, but we should defer to their authority. Let's go to the Imperial City at once, before the enemy can recover from Mankar Camoran's death.
And I'm guessing he's just sliding around in the kneeling position. I love Bethesda games. Are you following me now? Indeed he is. Alright everybody, that seems like a pretty good spot to wrap up before we hop into the finale next episode, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out the links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with the finale for Oblivion Remastered. Take care everybody, have a great day. Peace.